Hello everyone. Next presentation regarding vapor compression refrigeration system. Then what is that complete vapor compression refrigeration is this is the cycle is nearly 200 years old, but it is does not seem ready to leave the scene by any time soon. While some people have viewed this mention as the environmentally harmful and inefficient, the cycle is still applicable in the industrial sphere. Objectives of this particular presentation is introduce the concept of refrigerators and heat pumps and the measures of their performance. Second, analyze the ideal vapor compression refrigeration cycle. Third, analyze the actual vapor compression refrigeration cycle. Next, review the factors involved in selecting the right refrigerant. Next, discuss the operation of the refrigeration and heat pump systems. Next, evaluate the uh, performance of innovative vapor compression refrigeration systems. Next, analyze gas refrigeration systems. Next, introduce the concepts of absorption and refrigeration system. Vapor compression system is vapor compression system have types of compression cycle is wet compression and dry compression. There are basically two types. Calculation of COP and effect of superheating under cooling and effect of change in suction pressure and discharge pressures. Refrigerations is refrigeration. The term refrigeration may be defined as the process of removing heat from substance under controlled conditions. It also includes the processes of reducing heat and maintaining the temperature of a body below the general temperature of its surroundings. Unit of refrigerations and ice making capacity is the capacity of a refrigeration system is expressed in tons of refrigerations, which is the unit of refrigeration. A ton of refrigeration is the quantity of heat absorbed in order to form 1 ton of ice in 24 hours when the initial temperature of water is 0 degrees Celsius. Suppose 1 ton of refrigeration is equal to 210 kg per minute, that is equal to 3.5 kilowatt. So the ice making capacity is the capacity of the refrigerating system to make the ice beginning from water to solid. And SI unit of this particular ice making capacity is kg per hour. The process of this cycle are: first process is two phase liquid vapor mixture of refrigerant is evaporated through heat transfer from the refrigerated space. Process 2 is used for vapor refrigeration is compressed to a relatively high temperature and pressure requiring work input. Then the process between 2 and 3, that is the vapor refrigeration, condenses to liquid through heat transfer to the cooler surroundings. And the last process of between 3 to 4, that is the liquid refrigerant, expands to the evaporated pressure. Parts of refrigerators is there are first part is important, that is evaporated, second compressor, third condenser, and last one is expansion valves. Natural gas plants, petroleum refirs, a petrochemical plants, and most of the food and beverage process are some of the industrial plants that utilize vapor compression refrigeration system. What is defining feature of this system? The simplest explanation of this system is a heat engine working in reverse, technically referred to as reverse Carnot engines. In other words, it is transfer of heat from a cold reservoir to a hot one. Then Clausius' statement of the second law of thermodynamics states, it is stated that it is impossible to construct a device that operates in a cycle and produces no effect other than the transfer of heat from a lower temperature body to a higher temperature body. Since the vapor compression cycle is against the second law of thermodynamics, is some work is necessary for a transfer to take place. These types of the refrigeration system have, there are two types: vapor compression refrigeration system and vapor absorption refrigeration system. Vapor compression system is acted as shown in figure. There have to be circular type system or action is going to be available. Four numbers of principal components is evaporated, compressor, condenser and expansion wall. A vapor compression refrigerations have the cycle involves four components. These are these components. It is compression process whose aim is to raise the refrigerant pressure as it flows from the evaporated. The high pressure refrigerant flows through a condenser or heat exchanger before the attaining a initial low pressure and going back to the evaporated. A more detailed explanation of this step is explained as these four system. First one is evaporated. Evaporated have evaporation process is regarding at this stage, the vapor compression refrigeration cycle, the refrigerant is at low temperature than its surroundings. Therefore, it evaporates and absorbs latent heat and vaporization. This is first step. Second one is compressor. So, the whenever the air is going to enter the compressor at low temperature, this low temperature, it is a gaseous state. Here compression takes place to raise the temperature and refrigerant pressure. The refrigerant leaves the compressor and enters to the condenser. Since this process requires work, an electric motor may be used. Compressors themselves can be scroll, screw, centrifugal, and reciprocating types. This is second. Third one is condenser. What is meant by condensation? The condenser is essentially a heat exchanger. Heat is transferred from the refrigerant to a flow of water. This water goes to a cooling tower for cooling. In the case of water cooled condensation, note that the seawater and the air cooling methods may also play this role. Then this role, as the refrigeration flows through the condenser, it is in a constant pressure. One cannot afford to ignore condenser safety and performance. Specifically, pressure control is paramount for safety and efficiency reasons. There are several pressure controlling devices to take care of this requirement. This is condenser. And last one is expansion wall. Is when the refrigerator enters the throttling wall, it expands the releases pressure and consequently the temperature drops at this stage. Because of these changes, the refrigerators leaves the throttle walls, that is expansion walls, as a liquid vapor mixture. So typically in proportional of around of 75% and 25% respectively. So these expansion walls play two crucial roles of vapor compression cycle. First one is they maintain a pressure differential between low and high pressure sides, and second one is they control the amount of liquid refrigerant entering the evaporated. So these are the all our basic functions of evaporator, compressor, condenser and expansion wall. Vapor compression refrigerations is highly compressed fluids tend to get colder when allowed to expand. If pressure high enough, then compressed air hotter than source of cooling, expanded gas cooler than desired cold temperatures. Vapor compression refrigerations have two advantages. First one is lot of heat can be removed. lot of thermal energy to change liquid to vapor. And second advantages is heat transfer rate remains high, temperature of working fluid much lower than what is being cooled. Vapor compression refrigeration cycle is as shown in figure. This is the steps of evaporated condenser and all over expansions wall or evaporations expansion wall condensations is going to be available, and compression air is going to be getting at the output side. Vapor compression refrigeration cycle, where evaporated acted, where low pressure liquid refrigerated in evaporated absorb heat and changes to a gas, and then it is applied to the next stage. This is the cycle. Evaporated is the coils are located in the compartment to be cool. Next, the low pressure liquid refrigerated have, after passing through the expansion wall, expands. Third, takes in heat from the surrounding and evaporates. Next, the gas is taken sucked up by the compressor. Next, the amount of heat added to the liquid to make it saturated and changes states is called as superheat. The compressor internal parts of this compressor are shown in peak. The compressor is the heart of the system. The compressor does the just what is the name is, the compresses the low pressure refrigerant vapor from the evaporated and compresses it into a high pressure vapor. The inlet to the compressor is called the suction line. It brings the low pressure vapor into the compressor. After the compressor compresses the refrigerant into a high pressure vapor, it removes it to the outlet called the discharge line. Next, thermal expansion walls. Expansion means that is the expansion walls acting as a regulating wall limits and all over refrigerant flowing through, resulting in the reducing of the pressure of the liquid and expansion takes place. These expansion walls are two crucial roles, two important roles in the vapor compression cycle. Firstly, they maintain a pressure difference between low and high pressure sites, and second one is they control the amount of liquid refrigerant entering the evaporated. So this is the expansion. When the refrigerant enters the expansion wall, it expands and releases pressure. Consequently, the temperature drops at this stage. Because of these changes, the refrigerant leaves the expansion wall as a liquid vapor mixture, typically in proportional of around 75% and 25% respectively. Vapor compression refrigeration have type of refrigerant is, first one is refrigerant determined by the required cooling temperature, and second one is chlorinated fluorocarbons. These are two types. Advantages and disadvantages of vapor compression refrigerations is, first advantages is very mature technology. Second, it has very less running cost. Third, it has smaller size for the given capacity of refrigerations. Fourth, it can be employed over a large range of temperatures. And last one is the COP, coefficient of pressure, is very high. This is the all over advantages. Next we have to be seen the disadvantages. Many systems still use HCFC refrigerant, which contribute to depletion of ozone layer. Initial cost of this high, and the prevention of leakage and refrigerant is the major problem in vapor compression refrigerant. The ideal vapor compression refrigeration cycle as shown in figure, the vapor compression refrigeration cycle is the ideal model for refrigeration system. Unlike the reverse Carnot cycle, the refrigerant is vaporized completely before it is compressed and the turbine is replaced with a throttling device. So 1 to 2, that is the process, there is isentropic compression in a compressor. Then 2 to 3, between that the constant pressure heat rejection in a condenser process. Then in between 3 to 4, the process of throttling in a expansion device, and in between 4 to 1, again constant pressure and heat absorption in an evaporator. So these are the all over process or actions or operations of vapor compression refrigeration cycle. The graph between that particular system, that is the schematic and TES diagram as shown in ideal operations diagram as shown in figure. This is the most widely used cycle for refrigeration, AC systems and heat pumps. Advantages and disadvantages for vapor compression refrigeration, which has to be we have to be already seen. Then vapor compression cycle is in an actual vapor compression cycle, the liquid refrigerant in the condenser may be subcooled before passing through the expansion wall. Undercooling of liquid refrigerant increases the refrigerating effect. Gas leaves the evaporated is superheated condition before it enters the compressor. And last, compression is assumed is to be isentropic, but in actual practice it is very complex, that is neither isentropic and non-polytropic. The methods of improving COP of vapor compression cycle is methods of improving COP have introduction to multi-stage VCC and necessity and actual VCC. Air conditioner with refrigerant as shown in figure, that is the all over criteria or all over systems regarding regarding the some amount of examples. Suppose at first stage there is a high pressure and at the second stage have low pressure. At that time it is applied to the third pressure have P2 is equal to 30 psia, and all our system is getting the evaporation system is 5 tons of coolings, and this is the final answer or final results. So these are all our information regarding air conditioning system, where is the vaporizations and vapor compression cycles is going to be used. There are different evaporated versions or vapor compression system is used in the market, but the major classification are liquid cooling and air cooling, depending whether they cool liquid or air respectively. Then vapor compression refrigeration cycle is, it does not seem ready to leave the scene anytime soon. While some people have viewed this method as environmentally harmful and efficient, this cycle is still applicable in industrial sphere. Natural gas plants, petroleum refineries, and petrochemical plants, and most of the food and beverage processes are some of the industrial plants that utilize vapor compression refrigeration system is going to be used there. If you have any doubts, you can mention your doubts in comments box. Thank you.